And that's my position on it. There are some things, yeah. Do I think they should all get to go to the rec centers and get free swimming and all the other things? Maybe not. But education should be included. A certain amount of health care, because I think our health system needs some revision. But I don't think you just blanket this idea that you need to stay here for a year. If not, you're going to pay for it. I don't agree with that at all.
What's your take on that, Dr. Tumba, before we let you guys go?
Well, I think I have probably received over quite a lot of calls since the announcement was made yesterday. And between that time, I think now we have had the chance to, and my conversations with people has always been this. As a community, we need to figure out a way to organize ourselves. And one of the key take-backs that we took from the past two elections was some community leaders saying that in order for them to participate, there was almost an economic impact on them financially, and so they were not able to partake in the ways that they should be. And so what we decided to do now is that we're organizing ourselves in a way that we are appointing community captains. And each community captains now will go out and try to educate our community members. They're each responsible for 20 households. And so far we've had 18 leaders, community leaders, that has now indicate interest to go out and support. And in return, we are gonna put, we're gonna fill up their gas tank for them to make sure that they go out to each household, 20 as they have committed to, and educate them on what this policy means. And eventually to get them to get out to vote on the referendum. Because when we participate in the process, we get to be a part of that voice and we get to decide. And we cannot be passive about it, right? This is, and that's why I say I am very optimistic and I'm happy that the fact that the decision was not made arbitrarily, that we are now able to at least have these conversations.
So I'll give you guys the last chance to finalize. Last word or what? Last sentence? Donovan?
The last word. It's good that these issues are being raised. It's good that there is a process which allows for us as a community to inject our voice in it. This is not a time for a 20%, 30% turnout. People need to inject their voice in the process, and hopefully this is a sign of change for the immigrant community, because the opportunity is there for us to change stuff.
Thank you. And Donaduba?
And I echo that sentiment, sir. I do echo that sentiment, because I mean, what we have seen in the past, I mean, Edmonton alone, Alberta, the demographic has changed drastically from what it was when I first came here as a child in 1997. When you look at communities here in Edmonton, for example, you look at communities like Manning, Greaseball, the Core, Beverly Clearview, we are no longer a minority within those communities, but yet the participation level is sometimes low. And so that's why, as of yesterday, we started this initiative, and we're pushing community leaders, we're pushing individuals who are passionate about advocating for a community to come forward, identify yourself as a community captain, and work with people, work with your communities to ensure that they are educated on this discussions, and be informed about it, so that way they can make an informed decisions when it comes to the referendum questions that has been posed to them. We have that benefit, right, whereby some of us come from countries where we were not even allowed to participate in this process. But here, you're guaranteed participation. You're not guaranteed the result of the participation or the change, but at least you can participate within that process. And so that's the least you can do, is to participate. And I'd be even more hopeful to believe that if you step out and you participate, that you might end up getting actually the result that you want, because the demographic has changed in this province, and it is for the better. When we talk about diversity within this province, you see it, right? And so it is no longer acceptable for us to be passive about our participation involvement level when it comes to this such an important topic.
When I hear you guys talk, I feel a sigh of relief, because my initial take on this was, let's see. My initial take on this speech was, Alberta's future seems bleak. But I don't seem to see that kind of, I see a lot of optimism in your voice, which is good. I like these community leaders, the Don of Calgary and the Don of Edmonton, painting, painting a very positive picture of the future. I like that.
You have to be, because